All right, Austin, my name is Brian Hoop. I'm the assistant coach at Belmont Abbey College in Charlotte, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your catching here. A couple things. We get a couple reps to look at it, so we don't get a real in-depth view of maybe all the blocking. The good thing is I've had a chance to watch your video, and your two receivings and your two blockings it's very, very good technique. And the secret to being a good catcher is having good technique. When we're a receiver, we're really trying to work with the umpire. We're really trying to help the pitcher out, get a better view, better pitch, better call, just kind of trying to help the situation out. One of the key concepts of receiving is trying to get your nose behind the ball and keeping the ball between your shoulders. Your setup is very good. If there's no runners on base, you could even be quite a bit lower. Your butt is usually right there. Looks like it's pretty even with your knees. Looks like you've got some room to sink down. You're catching the ball in front of your face. To me, that's a really high pitch. We're trying to work with the pitcher. Your target is in front of your chin. I'd get the target between your knees at all times. You want the target as low as possible. We tell our pitchers if we're going to miss below our target. So you also want to be very, very, very good at catching the ball between the ground and your knees, because a lot of catchers will catch that in what I call tackle it. They just get their hand on top of the ball and they actually take the ball out of the zone. So when you're working you've got great hand position here. Your thumb is very flat. You do a great job of rolling your fingers over the ball and presenting it for the umpire. Now the secret of that is doing that same exact motion right there, which you just did, on a pitch 1.5 feet lower than that. So I want you to work on your technique on the low pitch and mimic what you did there. You did a great job getting your nose behind the ball and catching the ball between your shoulders. That's very good side-to-side work. When you go to block, this, I grew up as a catcher, and coaches had always told me to kind of get around the ball and do things. I've kind of resorted to the fact that my job as a catcher when blocking is to block the ball so that I can retrieve it. If I block the ball and it goes 10 feet to my left or right, although I blocked it, I still haven't accomplished what the goal is, and the goal is to keep the runner from moving up a base. That's the reason we try to block the baseball. If we block the baseball and it goes 20 feet from us and the guy goes to the next base, we might as well just let it go to the backstop. You do have very good technique. What I like about it is right there, your hands go first. Before your body ever started to move, your hands went first to the ball. And once your hands got there, now I'm going to take my body straight to my glove. I'd like to see you get your glove onto the ground. But as the ball comes up and you see it up, you get into a very, very good position. I'm not a person that thinks that your knees and your hips and your shoulders all need to be completely in line and symmetrical, I guess you'd say. What you've done very well here is you slid to your left, you slid forward, you shortened the hop, which is a key concept, and the ball hit you square in the belly, and you had your shoulders turned so that the ball would end up in front of you. That is what I would call very good feel for catching. The next block is a ball to your right, and you pretty much do the similar thing. The first thing I see is you move left and then right. And I know it's tough when you're throwing from 30 feet, but we want to go directly to the ball, get your glove down first. There it is. Now, that is perfect technique, because if your glove gets out there and you're late on this block, the ball has a chance to go in your glove. And there's nothing wrong with reaching out, sliding into your blocking position, and picking the baseball. If you can't reach it, then you suck your body goes to your glove, and the next thing you know, it's bouncing off your belly. So you do a very good job here trying to get the ball, and it ends up right below you. Okay. On the throw there, if the guy's running and say it's a drop third strike, you've got all the time in the world. Make sure you get completely onto the field, inside or outside, and clear the runner and be able to play quality catch. On your two throws to third base, what I noticed was, there's no hitter in there, so it's really hard to tell how far back your first step is. So, you're going to go behind the hitter 80% of the time. We do a pickoff where we go in front of the hitter, and it's a really good pickoff. A lot of times the runner doesn't see you coming, but when you throw into third, just make sure that you clear the runner and get yourself a nice throwing lane. When you're throwing to second base, the first one is the one that I noticed. We want you to start your engines. We want you to get going before you ever catch the ball, and you kind of do it. You do it Not as much as I'd like to see, but you do it a little bit. The transfer, your hand transfer is good. I'd like to see you get your hand in and get your hand on the ball a little quicker. What I use is a quarter turn. Once you catch the ball, you turn your thumb basically back towards yourself as a quarter turn, and then you got a direct route to the baseball. Get the hand on the baseball as soon as you can. Quick little bobble. That happens. The footwork is, you know, right foot needs to go forward. It can go to the left a little bit, and I thought you did a pretty good job of that. So zoom in here one time on you throwing down to second base. Started the engines pretty good. Good direction. Your arm strength is a little short, but you're young, so that is something that can grow. You just need to, you know, keep practicing. One of the drills that I do with our catchers is I'll put the second baseman 15 feet behind, make the throw 15 feet longer, and make you throw the ball to him, and it kind of gives you the you know, the impression that you're throwing through the bag at second base to the other guy. So we'll do that just to help kind of develop some arm strength. Overall, I think your skill set is very good. I think there's a few things you need to work on. You know, getting the ball a little quicker into your glove on your transfer, making sure you stay with direction. Your glove has good direction in your throws. With your blocks, you know, always making sure that you can recover quickly, stay off your hands. You know, get your glove out first and then go into the ball. You did a very good job of that. And then receiving, like I said, you did very good technique. What I would do is I'd really start to practice on the low pitches with the same technique so that you can get some better pitches for the umpire.